Alright guys, you could probably tell from the title what this video is going to be about. I have just started a 100% legal, doctor-supervised, prescribed testosterone replacement therapy. I want to be 100% open and 100% clear about this because I know a lot of the guys who watch my channel are older and they value the advice that I give because, you know, it's different to hear as an older guy something from a 43, I just turned year-old, and something from a 23-year-old. Okay, so I don't want to misuse the trust that some of the guys have in me by going on testosterone replacement secretly and then claiming that whatever, you know, shape I'm in is just due to my diet and my workouts. Now, this is not going to change the direction of the channel at all. Like I've said before, when I started doing self-defense videos, I'm still going to be primarily talking about, you know, diet and exercise. However, once in a while I'm going to talk about self-defense, and once in a while I'm going to talk about my testosterone replacement therapy. Reason for that is, in the last weeks when I was researching this, I couldn't find a whole lot of information. You know, TRT is not really spoken about a lot on YouTube. People talk about steroids, okay, which I'm not going to be on or using, and never have used and never will use. People who have testosterone or hormone replacement clinics will talk about TRT, but nobody really talks about TRT from their personal experience. Even guys like Jerry Ward, who runs the BioS3 channel, very open about his use of TRT. He just mentions it. He doesn't really talk about it. Okay, so like I said, I hope I'm not going to give anybody any medical or legal or moral or ethical advice. However, I am going to be talking from my point of view about how this affects me. So like I said, if somebody does come to the point where they want to make a decision about whether they're going to go on testosterone replacement or not, they can make an informed decision, hopefully, because of the information that I put out, okay, my experiences. The reason why I decided to go on testosterone replacement therapy is things weren't quite the same way that they were when I was younger. Okay, even just the last few years. I just turned 43 like 5 days ago. And even just in the time, you know, for the last couple of years, I've noticed that I'm not quite getting the results from dieting and exercise that I used to. Okay, you know, sexually, I'm not impotent. I mean, my sex life is great, but it's not the same way it used to be when I was younger. And even my determination, okay, is not the same way. My determination to choose a goal and to follow through and, you know, to not back down from my goals is a lot different than it used to be, okay? And so what I decided to do was just to have my hormone levels tested. And it came back at around 400, okay? 400's not high, okay? It's not extraordinarily low. Like 200-300 is like really dangerously low. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not good. And the problem that I have actually with most people's views on testosterone replacement is a lot of them say, well, it's not necessary. I'm not going to die if I don't get testosterone replacement. It's not necessary. But why should I live a suboptimal life when I could live an optimal life? I mean, I exercise and I diet like an elite level athlete, okay? I mean, I'll do maybe like a half an hour of HIIT cardio, 45 minutes of weighted calisthenics, and like a half an hour of, you know, static holds like bridging and planking and stuff like that. Not counting my stretching, not counting if I do some old school karate on the bag or anything. But just, you know, my workouts are very intense, very focused. My diets are very focused. So why should I get suboptimal results from them? Okay. If I had, for instance, the blood pressure of an 80-year-old, the blood sugar of an 80-year-old, the cholesterol of an 80-year-old, you know, poor as bones like an 80-year-old, nobody would say, oh, don't worry about it. You know, your blood pressure goes up when you get older. Of course, you're not going to be the same person you are when you were 20. Nobody would say that. If I had the blood pressure of an 80-year-old at 43, people would be like, you got to jump on all kinds of shit to get that blood pressure down. I don't want you dying on me just because, you know, you got blood pressure. Okay? If I had the blood pressure of an 80-year-old at 43, people would be like, you got to jump on all kinds of shit to get that blood pressure down. I don't want you dying on me just because, you know, you got blood pressure. Okay? But like I said, with testosterone replacement, because so many people confuse it with steroids, and they think it's going to turn you into a roid-raging, misogynistic beast of a man, they're all automatically against it. I mean, they were against females getting hormone replacement when they went through menopause, but even a lot of the people that are for women getting hormone replacement are still against men. And like I said, I think it's just childish. The best example is Sylvester Stallone. The guy's in his 70s now. Okay, he is in better shape than most people ever were or ever will be. He's still doing his own stunts, okay? And he's admitted he's on testosterone and growth hormone treatment, so hormone replacement therapy. If he could move like that in his 70s, I don't see the problem with it. He's a very healthy man, okay? Because I know a lot of 70-year-olds, and they're not looking like him, and they're not moving around like him. They can barely move. So, like I said, that's one of the reasons why I chose to go on it, because I just want to get the most out of my life. And, like I said, what I've realized is I went on this diet recently, okay? This low-carb, lean bulking diet, and I got great results, okay? But I didn't get the same results that I got when I first came up with the diet like 2.5 years ago. I'm getting stronger, and I'm getting leaner, and I'm doing really good, okay, in terms of the results I'm getting from the diet. But it wasn't the same way it used to be, okay? Even though I'm eating plenty of calories, even though I'm eating plenty of fat. And that brings me to another point. I'm not doing this because I'm looking for a quick way out, because okay, well, I'm going to work only half as hard, but I'm going to take steroids, so I'm going to be, getting the same results. I am working out as hard as I can. I'm dieting as hard as I can, okay? Years ago, a lot of years ago, I had high blood pressure, went up every year. My doctor started talking about it. My doctor started saying we need to look at, meds. He says he's going to put me on meds. And I said, no, I'm not going to go on medication. I changed my entire lifestyle, okay? I changed my diet. I started working out. I quit smoking. I did a lot of things. I did everything I could to get my blood pressure down. And without ever having taken medication in my entire life, my blood pressure is great now, okay? But I'm doing everything I can to get my testosterone levels up. I'm getting great sleep. I'm doing, intense, heavy workouts. I'm doing intense cardio workouts. I'm getting in plenty of fat, plenty of cholesterol, plenty of calories. And still, my testosterone level was around the 400. So my question is now, if I wasn't doing everything right, if I wasn't getting perfect sleep, if I wasn't working out, if I was on the ho-ho and pizza diet like most men are, what would I have then? Testosterone in the 200 or 300s instead of 400? So, like I said, that's the reason why I decided to go on it. Like I said, if anybody has any questions, I just started now, okay? Today is Thursday. Last Saturday, I turned 43. Okay, so I'm just starting it this week. Okay, so, if anybody has any questions, please feel free to go ahead and comment about it. I don't know how many answers I'm going to have yet, because, like I said, I'm not giving out legal or medical advice ever. However, I will talk about my experience in terms of any questions people have. Like I said, it just might take a couple weeks or a couple months for me to get everything dialed in, and it might take, a while for me to also start seeing any results from it. So, that's all I got for today. And, I guess tomorrow we're going to go back to our regular programming. Sorry I missed out on so many videos. I haven't been uploading because I'm in North Florida. We had a little bit of a storm, but the floodwaters have receded. The energy is turned back on. And we even have internet, which I haven't had for the last couple days. So I'm going to be back to uploading videos. See you in the next video.